I was gonna wait till maybe like one person comes in. Maybe not. I'm not that popular, you know what I mean? But I do know that sometimes people go back and they look at people's lives and they check it out. Like they'll check out to see when the last live was done. And like if it's one that they haven't seen, they'll check it out and just to see how it went, what went on, what she said, what I said, or whoever's live it is. Well, today's live is about something that I just saw. And you know what? Apparently, it just so happens to be about politics. Not that I'm not something that I'm gonna like sit and dig into or any shit like that. But you know, actually, I'm gonna wait for a few more people to come in. Okay, well, I'm back, and probably not gonna maybe get too many viewers because I added my first name to my tag, my name. So, but I'll get into this anyway because eventually, like, some people will come on in. I was just very much disturbed by something that I just saw on YouTube. It was a random thing by some random guy, and he was showing what Donald Trump has done so far to the White House, some of the things that he's done. Mainly the Rose Garden, which he has intentionally effed up, totally destroyed it. It was a beautiful rose garden. Now it's pavement. How disgusting. And then they have this thing where it has pictures of all the presidents, all the former presidents from like Washington all the way on through up until now. Mr. freaking Trump, okay? And what's up, Roger Anderson? And in place of, thank you for the like, in place of Biden's picture, he puts an auto pen of his name. Hello, what's up? I think that's absolutely freaking disgusting, and it's so wrong to do. It's disrespectful, and excuse me if I don't say hi to all the comments. Welcome in, thank you very much. But it's absolutely disgusting. I think he's getting so close to like drawing the final fucking line and everything that he's doing as far as running the country. He's running himself. I don't care if I lose freaking subscribers over this. This is something that needs to be addressed. Please hit that like button, people. That helps with my algorithm. We have a president that's deranged, who's seriously a narcissist. If you have not recognized or noticed that, yes. Hi, welcome from Morocco. What's up, life of a, what's the topic of today? Today's topic is full of energy. Yes, absolutely. It's how crazy our president is, okay? He's destroying the White House. He's destroying everything. I can understand, I understand waste and fraud when it comes to welfare and shit like that. I get that shit. I can understand wanting to tighten up the border system. That's totally acceptable. But this man is losing his freaking mind. He put pictures of all the former presidents, thank you for the like, starting from Washington all the way down. And he fucked up big time, big time. You know how? You know how? And YouTube's going to get pissed off at me because I said the F word before 5 minutes. Because instead of putting Biden's picture, he put an auto pen of his signature for whatever freaked up reason that he had, that he says. It's going to come up with something because somebody's going to mention it. It seems like every day somebody is mentioning something about Donald J. Trump. And I'm here to send a message to all of you. If you don't like me, if you don't like what I say about, I didn't vote for Biden, by the way. I didn't vote for Harris. I voted for Donald Trump, and I'm sitting here wondering why. Was I drunk that day? I don't get drunk. Did somebody slip something in my alcohol? Thank you for liking, John Hogan. I know I can always count on you. But for everybody else, whatever. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is it. This is it. I seriously want to denounce my citizenship of the United States. I want to go somewhere else, anywhere almost. Just about anywhere. Doesn't that make you sick? What does that make you think? Look it up and find out and see. You'll see what I'm talking about. Everywhere, the pictures start from George Washington, and they're all their pictures. Bush, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Adams. The list goes on and on and on. And when it comes to Biden, instead of a picture of Biden, what kind of a man does that? What kind of a fucking man does that? What kind of a fucking man that calls himself Bro Trump is mean? No shit, he's mean. He's sick in the fucking head, too. That's absolutely absurd. Extremely absurd for a man to call himself a president and do that kinds of shit. Tell me, I want one person out there to tell me that Donald J. Trump is cool or okay for doing that, for putting a picture and redoing the White House the way he's doing it, fucking up the Rose Garden by putting it with pavement, and then putting a picture of every single other fucking president that's held office in the United States of America since day one up until now. And instead of putting a picture of Joe Biden, his face, like every other president, like he should have, he puts a fucking auto pin of his signature. Tell me one person, tell me who he's a real one? Mind be gone, whatever. You think he's a real one? You think he's a real one? I really don't understand what you mean by that. That's why I probably should have. Didn't Rosie O'Donnell denounce? I don't know what you mean by announce. John Hogan denounce. No, I'm not too sure. She might have. She probably could have. She didn't have to. She's a fucking American citizen. When you're an American citizen, you're an American citizen. He can't change that because he wants to. He can't. Something's gonna happen. Watch. You can't just come and step on in and step all over people and change the fucking Constitution. It's been there for fucking 250 fucking years, man. It's just gonna stay that way. But he's changing a little bit. He's fucking up the White House as it is. And the motherfucker probably doesn't even live there. Doesn't he stay at Mar-a-Lago? How many fucking properties does that faggot have, huh? How many properties does he have? Answer, does anybody know that? Denounce, that's right. Yeah, thank you, Simi. I know I have a potty mouth. Hi, Sam. Please hit that like button. I appreciate that. It really helps with the algorithm and my YouTube channel. I'm just trying to set out the word out there because this man is he's losing it. He's losing it. Who does that? Do you know how ridiculous it looks? And if you look it up and you see it like on TV, look how Donald Trump does auto pen for Biden's picture as he's redoing the fucking White House. And the motherfucker only has like 3 years left. That's if he makes it that long. Let's see. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. I really don't think that, health-wise, doesn't look too good for him. But I'll tell you right now, thank you for letting me rant. Now we can talk about whatever you'd like to talk about. I'm a very passionate person. I'm Misty Foxx. It's very nice to meet you out there. For those of you who do not know me, I'm very passionate. I rattle at the mouth sometimes, but then I get over it and I'm okay and everything's going to be okay. And I'm not saying that we need a Democratic president out there because I'm not a Democrat. I'm independent. But yeah, that's some crazy shit there when I saw that. And some of these Republicans need to speak their mind, and they need to tell them, you know what? You're kind of stepping the line here. You know what I mean? And you know why I think he did that? Because he knows deep down in his heart that there was no fraud, that there was no what do you call it? There was no voter fraud or voter election fraud or none of that crap. There was none of that. He knows that deep down. Just for some, why didn't he put auto pin on any of the other presidents or anything like that? Was he cool with all the other presidents? No, I don't think so. Nobody likes the guy. I'm not afraid of him. Hi, Donald Trump. If you see me, hi, motherfucker. I'm not afraid of you. Where are you going to deport me to? Huh, asshole? I voted for you. I'll count me out of the 70-something million, supposedly. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt that 70-something million people fucking voted for you, considering the fucking asshole that you are. You're a good talker, and you were a very good-looking man. I'll tell you that. You were. I don't know what happened, but you got older. We all get older. I'm getting older. What sucks is that I never really had a pretty phase. You know what I mean? I never really was pretty. Donald Trump, you were good-looking, man. Very good-looking. You had the world in your hands. Everybody liked you. I even liked you. What happened? You'll probably never see this, and if you do, you have disappointed me in every shape, way, form, matter imaginable to man. Like, there's so many things that you could have done different. Like, what about, for instance, nobody ever mentions or talks about like foster kids, you know? Like, there's so many kids out there that are born into this world that they're not wanted. And it's true. And you know what a lot of parents have done? You know what they end up doing a lot of the times? They end up murdering their children. You know, I know that. I've seen it. I've seen it on forensic files. I've seen it there's so many cases. Parents end up having children, and instead of just taking them to, you know, like a fire department, or telling the system that they can't take care of their children, but, you know, they gave birth. And, you know, Republicans, they're pro birth. They want the birth. They're all for having birth, you know, no matter what. You know, oh, I love those little googly eyes, whoever's doing that, back at you. But the thing of it is, there's foster care. There's so many things that this government can have our money go to, taxpayers' money, as opposed to, you know, some of the stupid shit that they put their money to. You know, I need to stop ranting about this shit because it's ridiculous. And the whole Donald Trump, you've disappointed me big time. Like nobody's business. I'll stay here and I'll keep talking. I'll just keep talking and talking and talking and talking because this is important to me. And it's very rare that I get a chance to express myself, because it just is. Why do they make people who are disabled or for whatever reason wait, that are American citizens, wait and have to go through ALJ and this and that to be approved for something they put into the system? And then they come across hard times and they need help. They need their help. They need some of their tax money back that they put in. Why are we giving social security numbers? Yeah, did you realize that, you know, we're given social security numbers? We are a number. And it's really hard to explain the way it was taught to me, the way somebody explained it to me. But we're basically like the government's money. It's hard to explain, but everybody's worth something, and especially to the government. And if you're somebody who, I don't know, I'm not going to get on into that. That's ridiculous, you know. You're right, John Hogan. Stress is real. Stress is real. Okay, I bet I just liked. He's making America great again. He's fucking up America. What are you talking about? What is the point of, what do you mean making America great again? What is the point? What is the purpose of that? What does he mean by that? What's wrong with America? It's beautiful. You know, the whole thing about transvestites and what the left and the right believe in, and you know, okay, hey, check it out, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't understand transvestites or transgender. I don't. I'm happy being a fucking woman. I'm very happy being a woman. And if I was a kid that were to tell my mommy, I like boys, I like, you know, boys, I was a tomboy, as a matter of fact, to be honest with you. I was a tomboy for a little while. You know, I played marbles with the boys and, you know, didn't like wearing dresses for just a little while. But then one day, you know, I wanted to put on lipstick and I wore dresses and stuff like that. And then I hit a certain age where I started having like temper tantrums. You know, something happened to me when I was younger, and I'm not going to get into that, but it caused me to have severe PTSD. And there's some things that happen to us in life that don't really show up or come about until later on in life. You know what I mean? Like things, little things, not little things, big things actually, like things that happen to us when we're young. Like I said, I'm not going to get into details. I only come on here when I get passionate about something, because I tend to I guess I say, why have a channel if you're not going to tell yourself, you know, explain talk about yourself to people? I'm gonna keep it that way. I don't want the whole world knowing exactly my business and stuff, especially even though there's just one person in here. Um, but you know, about this country, we're right. I guess you could say make America great again, but we need to make America great again. But this one man isn't gonna do it. And you know, I think what he's doing is him and his little pals are causing a freaking ruckus. But having an auto pen signature in place of the man's face, and knowing that it's all because that's what the way Donald Trump wanted it to be, looks ridiculous. He's only making himself look more and more of a fucking asshole than ever imaginable. Why couldn't he just put Joseph Biden's picture there instead of an auto pen? And his excuse saying, well, because half of the shit that was signed wasn't even signed by him. Give me a freaking break. Hey, what's up, Abdullah? I pronounced that right. I'm just here expressing myself, and as soon as I say Donald Trump, everybody leaves, because he did something again that I absolutely find absolutely disgusting. He's fucking up the White House beyond belief. And his obsession with gold. How many people in the house like, well, okay, yo, what's up, bro? I'm not a bro, but thanks anyway, yo. I just wanted to say Jesus loves you and he died for you. Please repent. God loves you. What do you mean by repent? Repent. Explain yourself. What's up, man? And I'm not a bro. I'm a chick. I'm a woman, man. I'm chica. How would you like it if I said ma'am? Galina what the fuck? Explain your repent. I'm good with the Lord, my friend. Actually, you're not my friend, but whoever you are, I'm good with the Lord. I don't need somebody like you to tell me, you know, he ain't Christian. If you're going to come in here and act Christian to me because you don't agree with what I say or think of Donald Trump, go F yourself. I am sorry I called you bro. I don't mean any bad. Oh, that's cool. No problem, man. I forgive you. That's cool. But that's all right. People talk a certain way, but you know, when you come into someone's chat, you know, kind of think about it before you say, "Hey, man, you know, I'm not a bro." And if anybody out there considers herself a Christian and doesn't like what I say because it has something to do with Donald Trump, he's not a Christian, man. He's not a real Christian. He's not. He uses the word hate so many times. He said he hated. This is just one example. Taylor Swift. I hate Taylor Swift. He gets pissed off. You say something about him, he just throws it up there and he goes and he posts shit 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? And if those are other people that he has working, you can tell whether it's him or whether it's somebody else doing the work. Hey, Abdul, what's up? Thank you for saying that Jesus loves me, and I appreciate that. He loves you too. I know he loves me. I went to, believe it or not, I went to a private Christian school when I was young. Yes, I did. Not by choice, but I did. In El Paso, Texas. El Paso, which happens to be in Texas, and Texas happens to be in the United States. And you want to know what Donald Trump said about El Paso? He doesn't freaking, I don't even think he's ever even been there, which is disgusting, but... And as far as like, I voted for him. Like I said, I voted for him and I regret it so bad. My mother said, please don't vote for him. But do you think I was going to vote for Harris? As far as she goes, she can kick rocks too. She thinks that she could change anybody's life with just a swipe of a pen. She said it herself. All those people she ruined, all those lives she ruined just for smoking a fucking joint. Please, bitch. Slap your face. So all the bitch knew how to do was laugh. She got asked a question and the first thing out of her mouth was, well, I grew up in a middle-class society, in a middle-class home, and, you know, yeah, that's all she had, man. Abdul, I can hear you. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? You know, I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. You know, I don't know what YouTube is doing or how it works. No matter what others say, Jesus loves you. He is patient and he is forgiving. I know that. I don't hate you and neither does Jesus, but please don't curse. Listen, man, that's the way that I am, okay? And that's not going to change, not for anybody. My grandfather was a sailor, then he worked for the railroad, Southern Pacific Railroad, for 35 fucking years. See, he cussed, I'm going to cuss, period, out of it. No, I'm not married. Actually, no comment. That's nobody's business. But I'm gonna cuss all I fucking want, you know. And if you don't like it, if you want to unsubscribe from me, go for it, because I don't really give a shit. I know if you're genuine and you've already subscribed, you subscribed because you liked me and you had something that there's something that I must have said or done to make you like me. So you take. But if you take it back, then you never really liked what you said. Thank you. Then subscribe if you like me, and or press the like button. You know, say something. We'll have conversations or whatnot. You know what I mean? People who like and then unsubscribe and then unlike and then unsubscribe are ridiculous. And I do appreciate to the person who says Jesus loves me, and I love him too very much. It means a lot to me. I want to go to heaven. I have severe PTSD and a couple other things that I'm not going to get into. But there have been times where I was just thinking, wonder what it would be like if I just wasn't on Earth anymore. And I thought to myself, well, that's not an option. John Hogan, here, my boy, John Hogan, I love you. You're so sweet. You know, the thing is that we got to live day by day. And, you know, I'm so sorry. I do apologize for cursing. It's not ladylike. It's so not ladylike. Don't worry, Abdullah. That's okay. My English is weak too. Deep breaths. I know. I'm sorry. I just got so upset when I saw that. That's just so rude. And I'm not a big fan of Joe Biden either. He did a lot of things that pissed me off. You know what I mean? Really, really, really did. And Harris, she wasn't an option either. I just probably should not have voted. Then I wouldn't have anything to bitch about now, would I? But Abdullah, thank you for coming in and everything, you know. Sometimes I wonder, like, what type of a journey this is. Is this like a journey that we're on, you know? Are we, like, here for, is an experiment or what, you know? There's nothing better than having good days. And the good days that I can remember are when I was young. When the whole family would get together. And I remember it would happen like every 4 years. And I remember like my aunt calling me, and it would been years. Yeah, you can pray for me. And I would talk, and I'd be so excited because I knew she would be coming from out of state. And there would be family coming from Arizona, everywhere. California, Hawaii, different New Mexico, because I grew up in Texas. And I would be so excited, you know. And I had my sister at the time, my big sister. She used to always take care of me. Those were the days. We grow up. And let me tell you, you reap what you sow. And pay attention and always remember the good things that the people that were older when we were growing up told you. The good things. And think to and don't ever think that it's too late, because it's never, because you're alive. And if you take yourself away, you don't ever have a chance to ask for forgiveness. I will never give up. I told myself that. I told everybody, if anything ever happens to me weird or mysterious, and this goes out to all the world, and if anybody sees this, for whoever sees this, know this one thing: my name is Misty Foxx, and I will never take myself out. So if I mysteriously come up missing or dead, I would never take myself out. I would never take myself out. Just know this, for whoever's watching, anybody that's a subscriber, or later if you see this and you're a subscriber of mine and you happen to notice this, know that I will never, ever hurt myself. So if anything weird happens to me, or if I end up dead somewhere, it's because somebody else did it for some reason. I do live in Las Vegas, and it's not the safest place to live. They call it Sin City for a reason. I do stay in most of the time. When I go out, there's like 1 or 2 places that I go. My mom's, my best friend, or home, or to the store, which is right around the corner. And that takes everything out of me because of my PTSD and other things. And every once in a while I try it, and I'm not going to go into it anymore. That's between me and God and my lawyer and da-da-da-da-da. But I see things and I come across things on TV that I'll try not to cry. I just sat and watched reruns of... No, I don't have Snapchat. I'd never get it. Is reruns of Three's Company and the Golden Girls. And that's because you're amazing, joyful, funny, smart, cool, and awesome. Thank you, Galena. And I apologize for yelling at you and grabbing at you earlier. I didn't mean that. But I watched reruns, and that's all I did for like years, really. Months, lots of months to be exact, is watch reruns. And it was because it was soothing, the sound. And because I didn't want to watch the news, because every time I turned on the news, there's something different and more fucked up coming on. You know what I mean? Shootings, just the craziest things. And I never thought when I was growing up, I was always protected for the most part. You know what I mean? Except for when I wasn't. And I won't get into that because that's kind of just something I don't really wanted to get into. You know what I mean? But things happen to young children when they're younger. Seriously, bad things that adults do to them. And we'll leave it at that. Use your imagination. And it happened to me. And I still remember certain things. And I felt left behind. And I felt alone. And I was scared. And I didn't tell my mom till later. And when she found out, she was just lost and it was just crazy. And yes, some dude got put in jail and he ended up getting out, and then he got put back in again, and that's that. He's dead and gone now. That's another story. But so yeah, you can best believe I'm gonna rant when it comes to Trump and his shitty shit. I think this is the shittiest shit. One of the shittiest mans that ever walked the fucking planet Earth. Ireless is sending Rosie or Donna back. We don't want to hear. Liam, what's up, man? Hit my like button. What are you doing, Liam? How are you, my friend? Everybody say hi to Liam. He's amazing. Anyway, I gotta go. Have a blessed day. You too. Thank you so much, Galina Kasik. Thank you so much. You've been great. Holy moly. What's up, Liam? What a trip. Well, I won't be lonely anymore. I'm going to go spend more time with my mom and my aunt. It's just like there's that family thing. There's that like that tension, you know, when like our family's like falling apart because everybody's dying. And my sister's been missing for so many years that it's like crazy. We just can't find her. She's not answering us. It's like really sad. Makes me wonder, you know. But I do appreciate everybody. Sometimes I try and watch other lives and other people's videos and stuff just to get like, you know, ideas of like, it used to be just rainy night in Dublin, hun, but really take Rosie back. Why, Liam? I don't get it. She didn't have to leave. Did she really have to leave? You can leave a message on one of my is that thunder? Yep. Sure is. What? It's thunder and lightning outside. Thunder. Just leave a message on one of my shorts or something like that. But I don't like giving out my phone number online to the whole world. That's just too crazy. They might get into my bank account and steal my whole $4.95. Liam, we don't want her either. Like, go to my shorts, my little short videos, and leave a comment, and I'll find a way, okay? Where are you from, Abdullah? Abdullah. That's another way of finding someone's name if they have Instagram. Abdullah. Like and subscribe, and you know what? Eventually you'll get to know more about me, and I'm going to go back into my I'm going to go into my studio. I'm going to put Saudi Arabia. Are you an ally of America? Is Saudi Arabia an ally of America? Does anybody out there know? There's 4 people in here. Please listen to me. I need that answer. Is Saudi Arabia America's ally? I'm in the United States of America. The US of A. Well, I don't know. But I don't want to be, yeah, I don't know. This world is crazy. I'll tell you that right now. People come and go like the freaking snow. I just want to go back in time. If I could go, if there was, I would, if I could go back in time to when I was a kid, back at grandma's house with the family reunions and stuff and school. Then I hated going to school, like just like everybody else. I don't know what you're talking about, Abdullah. I really don't. But I would cut off one of my limbs and be that way. Hi, Scott. How you doing? What's up, Scott? No, Saudi Arabia did 9/11. Are you serious, Liam? Abdullah, why don't you leave my channel? Seriously. God, I wish one of my moderators was in here. Just leave my channel, dude. I don't want nothing to do with you, Abdullah. There, I hit him from the channel. Yeah, I don't want that shit on mine. That's disgusting. I forgot which one of those countries fuck, really? I get confused. I thought it was like Iran. There's Iran, there's Iraq, and there's Saudi Arabia. I didn't know there was one of them. I knew it was one of them. I'm good. Glad to see you stream. You inspire me. I absolutely love what you do. You have one heck of a soul. And thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. This is actually the first time I've seen your name out there, but thank you so much. And if you're a subscriber, well, thank you very much. But I was just telling people how I felt about a certain thing. Hello, mamacita. Hi, Manuel Acosta. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo te sientes, Manuel Acosta? Are you an American citizen? You better be. No, I'm fucking around with you. I don't know. You know, he muy bien, gracias. I'm just kidding you. I was born in the USA. But it doesn't matter because I'm a Trump. Estás muy guapa. Ay, thank you so much. I'm sure you are too. I bet your wife thinks you're guapa too. No, I'm just kidding. I just play around a bit. I come in pumping all this shit and then I slow down and I try to be all calm and cool. The weather here in Vegas has been kind of crazy. You know that? Actually, the weather all around the world. No, I'm not. My husband left me for another man. Just kidding. You know what I hate the most? And that's why I changed it. So now when you see it says Misty Foxx because it's cloudy here in LA. I love LA. Love it. Just don't threaten me with a whip. I like that whip shit. Like this around my neck because I like it choked. Well, now that it's going to rain, you know what sucks? I don't think I'm going to get my spark plugs on my Hemi done today. You know that my car has 16 spark plugs? 16 spark plugs. Thank you for saying I look happy. It's all an act. Every day it's an act for me. But when I am happy, it's rare. And I know that sounds selfish. Manuel Acosta, I just to Ram with a Hemi. Yeah, mine's a Dodge Charger Hemi RT. And I didn't know that. That's a funny thing. Well, that's good. Rams are good. Oh, you didn't have to take that off, Acosta. Hey, it says 7-11 on the top of my phone. That means there's 7 people watching and 11 likes. Let's go to the store and get a Slurpee. I like Slurpees. Every day is an act for us all. Let's act silly. Liam, let me guess. It's 3:27 here. That means it's... 3:27 in the morning there. What time is it in Ireland? Hey Liam, does Ireland have like food assistance or Medicaid or anything like that in your country? In Ireland? That's thunder. You guys want to go outside? Who wants to go outside? It's almost like YouTube like says, well, she just said something. Do we want to... I don't know if it's light. It's not really lightning yet. Let's see what we got. Okay, I don't want to like... I'm not going to dox myself, so hold on. There's no lightning yet. Holy smokes. Oh, God. But there's a lot of wind. It's going to start getting cool here pretty soon, which I love better than the heat, because the heat, absolutely love lightning and thunder can... I know, and it's very romantic too, like thunder and lightning and like just hearing a little bit of rain. And like misty, when it's misty outside. Yeah. Misty. So, but anyway, I came on here just ranting like crazy. I went off, man. Okay, to answer to your question, Liam, Medicaid is when you don't... For people who like when you get sick and you go to the hospital, the doctor, and you can't really like afford the doctor, so the government like helps and pays. Like I had it for like a year, but I put into it, you know what I mean? Like if you've never worked, I don't do great in the heat one bit. I don't either. I live in Washington State. Really? I went to Washington State a few years ago with my mother to try and find my sister because she's been missing. No luck there. But it was beautiful. On the way back, I passed out and fainted on the plane, and then they had to take me to the hospital when we landed in Vegas. And I came up, I woke up for a second, because my mom got off the plane and everything, and she thought that I left her. And then they said, no, she's on the plane. So she says, let me go in and try and help her. So she came and she said, I'll wake her up. Yeah, I know. She says, I'll wake her up. And so they let her on, and I woke up for like 1 second, and then I passed out again, and the next thing you know, I woke up in the hospital. And it was just part of my anxiety and stuff like that. But hold on. Now it's starting to rain outside. Just a little bit.
A lot of windy.
It's real windy. And of course, I have roommates and they love to park their car right behind where I park mine, because I park mine in the garage. Oh, and I need my spark plugs done. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. That's right. Everybody welcome whoever's in here. 12 likes, that's a big time bonus for me, like bonus. Super bonus. I know, sweater weather's the best weather. Who's Scott? You're my kind of guy. Sweater weather's the best kind of weather. I know, I gotta find some sweaters, getting ready. See, September, it doesn't really start getting cold till like October, after Halloween. We only pay $100 euro for the hospital, and that covers everything from medicine to x-ray to surgery. It's not like America where they pay, where they bill you for everything. I don't. How much is a 100 euro? Is that like dollars or? When I had pneumonia when I was 34. Hold on 1 second. That's my therapist. Hold on. Okay. Near the same doll. Always wanted to go to Ireland. There's a lot of places I've always wanted to go to. There's still a lot of places in America that I want to go to, but like I haven't like gone. I really don't think either one of those mechanics are going to come and do that. 100 euro is like $110. Right on. So like if you go into a hospital in Ireland and you're like, oh, I'm in pain, help, help, help. Do they help you or do they make you pay up front? That's my question. Or like if you're like in a bad accident and you're like out of it, do they take you out and send you into an ambulance like they do here in America? Or do they leave you there? I'm serious. That's a serious question. Oh, wow. I need to get me some euros. I will Google it, Liam. Liam likes to run around Ireland and get drunk. Oh, I see. Okay. And if you like don't pay it, what, they don't help you ever again? Is that the case? I'm telling you, man, medical bills are fucking crazy. But you know what? If you take care of yourself and you learn about the human body and the anatomy and everything about the human body and everything, and you know yourself and pay attention to yourself, and we know our bodies. Let the good times roll. I'll roll around with you, Liam, and get drunk. All right, Scott. You know what I'm saying is true. If we know our bodies and we pay attention to ourselves and listen to what, like, if you feel thirsty, drink water. Don't put it off. If you're hungry and you know you need to eat, do whatever it takes to eat. If you feel certain ways and you can't afford to go see a doctor, look it up. Say this is exactly what I'm feeling. What should I do? Google something. You know what I mean? GTP, whatever it takes. We can research and do stuff ourselves. Our bodies tell us what we need, and go for it. You don't always have to have a doctor. We don't always have to have needles stuck in our veins and shit like that. We don't need all these fucking pills that they have. We really don't. And a lot of people don't realize that there's you know how many freaking insects there are on Earth? How many species there is in the water, in the ocean? We haven't even finished exploring our own Earth. No, they really don't chase you for money. Scott, we can't drive drunk, but we can ride horses drunk. I feel some type of way. My body is telling me I need you in my life. Oh, Scott. I almost called you skunk. I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding. I don't mean that in a bad way. But I'm serious. Our bodies tell us what we need. And if we listen and pay attention and exercise and not wait till it's too late. So many people wait, like me, till it's too late. But see, I got like something in my blood. My dad was a bodybuilder and he'd always exercise and stuff like that. But he was also a freaking drunk, you know. And he still is. But, I don't know. Hey, I'm down to fall off horses drunk. I bet you are, Scott. You and Liam would be perfect for each other, like hanging out, you know what I mean? You can even have a carriage and y'all can... Oh, man, there's too much water. You guys can't... You guys would have to fly to come and get me. How would you come pick me up if I called you up? Or if I came online and said, come on, Scott, Liam, I need one of you to come get me. I'm here in the United States. You know? Scott, you're in Ireland? Are you in Ireland, Scott? See, everybody that's talking to me isn't even in the United States. That's what I'm telling you. United States... In my arms. Oh, that's sweet. This United States here, you know, people suck here in this country. It's like, gone to. God, I want to cut my hair short so bad. It's be so comfortable, but I love it really long too. Sometimes, one of these days. Nah, I'm in the U.S. Right on. What part of the U.S., Scott? Do tell. Do tell. USA. USA backwards is Asu. Asu. We're all Asus. Scott is a sweetie pie. Okay, Scott. Oh, yeah, Washington State. That's right. You already said it. Not like I wasn't paying attention. Because I was. Don't you think that's messed up that Donald Trump did that? Really? It's kind of funny, really, now that I think about it. I want to get my citizenship and move to Norway. Why Norway, Scott? What's up with Norway? Talk about it. Tell me about it. What's up? What's special about Norway? That's another thing. Why can't we just all go anywhere we want freely? We're humans. This is planet Earth. Like, who fucking has a right to tell us where we can and can't go? We are fucking people. If we can walk and talk and make a car and build it and drive around or know how to fly or whatever, get there. Norway is expensive, high taxes. I bet it is, Liam. It sounds that way. I like the flag, though. Everybody rants and raves about how special the United States is and how rich we are and how it's the best country in the world. My fucking ass. That's a bunch of bullshit. We got corrupt cops in this country who literally, seriously, we got corrupt judges, like, big time. They steal from us. They steal our taxes. You work, you go to work, you get a check. You look at your check, but half the time people don't even look at their checks anymore. I know when I was younger and I started working when I was 17 years old. I never looked until one day I looked and I asked my Mom, what's this? She goes, those are taxes. And she made some funny comment. Yeah, corrupt that's putting it lightly. It's expensively high. Yeah, that's putting it lightly, Liam. So corrupt that it's scary. But you know what? There are those that join the service, the military, that did an oath when they put their hand up and get on the Constitution. 250 years ago, this country was born or whatever, and a bunch of men signed their name and made a promise to the history. And it's supposed to stay that way, and people are fucking it all up. So this country that is basically like what is the word I'm looking for? It's like a bowl of soup. Actually, it's like has anybody ever heard of what's that soup called? In Chinese. Wonton soup, war wonton soup. It's a mixture of a bunch of different stuff, kind of like a vegetable soup or something like that. That's kind of like what United States is, and they treat the veterans like shit. No kidding. And what did Donald Trump say about the veterans? He said they're sorry losers, or suckers and losers. What a fucking punk. He's a draft dodger. Yeah, he's a little bitch ass, too chicken to join the fucking, the military, little pussy. And then on his birthday, he had all that shit, and he looked like that. God, I don't even want to get into it. I don't even like talking about the dude. I regret voting for him. I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed, and I'm stupid, and I immediately changed myself to independent, neutral, because I was not going to vote for Harris. But, we can say and sit here and talk like this until we're blue in the face. It's not going to change a thing. They're going to do what they're going to do. But at the end of the day, there's those true ones who vowed, and they got guns too. There's more guns in America, and there's more guns. Civilians have more guns than the military. You know that? In this country, there's more guns than civilians throughout all the different states, especially down south. I got pissed, they didn't tell you, because the North won, right? But still, there's still more guns in the United States that watch out, man. I'm telling you, I don't own one. I had one, but it got stolen from me. And when I had to testify in court, I was scared. I was more scared than shit. I didn't. I told the attorney. I said, look, I'm not going to go out there. I'm not going to go out and snitch on this guy in front of him and all those other people that are in prison or in jail or whatever. So I didn't do it. But they did what they did anyway. They never found the gun, but you know, and I had to, because if anything would have happened, it would have been on me. If they would have gone, you know, done something wrong with that gun, it would have been on me. So, and that's terrible that they treat the veterans like shit. You know, when my grandfather got out of the military in 1948 or something like that, my mother was born. She's a baby boomer. Then my aunt was born 4 years later. You know, that they call them boomers because when all these men came out of the, when all these men came out of the service and stuff, men, because I don't think they didn't have women in the service then. I don't think. You know, they wanted to fuck. You know, they wanted to get it on. So they had a bunch of babies, right? So then they came up with a social security system. Yeah, he was in World War II. He was in the Navy. My great uncle that just died in December, he was 99, and he retired in his 80s. He was a heart surgeon. He was a cardiologist, doctor. Like I said, I'll tell you people, if you can change anything around. Work hard, exercise. You know, for me to work, I'm not going to get into that. But if you exercise, drink lots of water, and do what your body tells you to, and learn about your body, because everybody's body is different. Some people need more iron than others. Some people need more niacin than others. You know, wow, that's cool. Salute to them. Thank you, Liam. I appreciate that. My aunt has the flag that they gave us. You know, they folded it up whenever, you know, he died or whatever. Fucking lazy, stupid line mechanics. Oh, that is my hair. I thought that was like a shadow. I have my hair up. It's super long and I put it up. But salute. I don't know why YouTube is doing this to me, but you guys have been awesome. You've been sitting here with me for like 52 minutes. That's really awesome. You really don't have to sit and chat and watch and stay, but you know, I appreciate it. It does help with the algorithm. Do you know where they served? I know that my grandfather served on the Rocky Mount. He was on the Rocky Mount ship. I don't know exactly where he went. I just know that was the name of the ship. As far as my great uncle Buddy, he was in the Navy, but I know he was also in the Army because, like I said, he served in different not just the Army, the Navy. And I don't know what else, if there's anything, but I know for sure those two. And it was he served in Vietnam, World War II, and the Korean, my Uncle Buddy. Yeah, it's up. Oh, my sides are down. But no, because then I have to then I have to put it back up again. It's long. It's in some of my photos, like on my Facebook, if you know, or whatever, or some of my videos. I thank him along with everyone else who served. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate that, and I do too. No, but my Uncle Buddy, he was great Uncle Buddy, actually. My mom's first uncle, so he would be my second uncle. He was basically my grandma's brother. And there were 5 of them. My grandmother was an optometrist. She learned about the eyes and stuff. But no. And then after my grandfather served in the Navy, he became an engineer for the Southern Pacific Railroad for 35 years. And then he unfortunately got cancer and died at 59. He didn't even make it to 60. But, yeah. Gracias, Scott. Your pleasure. My great uncle served in North Africa in Tunisia. Wow. But don't think us. This is interesting. Wow. Yeah. And I grew up in El Paso. And I always ask my family, I said, how did we end up in El Paso? And it was because of the railroad. The railroad is what ended up bringing the family to El Paso. And I don't know the whole jizmack about all that shit. But, yeah. And my sister's been missing since, like 2005. My mother got to visit her in Seattle. And since then, poof. I remember the last time I talked to my sister, the last thing she says was, I gotta go, and she hung up the phone. And I haven't heard from her since then. I remember when she was working, she was young, or before she was really working. My mom got drunk and we had an accident. And my mom and my sister and my grandma said, that's it. They were fed up. So my sister says, I'm taking my sister. So she came from Sierra Blanca, Texas. No, it's not. My real name is my Facebook name, which is not Fox. But my first name is Misty. But my sister said, no, I'm taking her. And she told my grandma she's coming to get her in the next couple days. And my mom said, my mom ended up having whiplash. She was driving drunk and she wrecked. And I don't know how I got into this subject. But anyway, I ended up going to live with my sister in Sierra Blanca. And I went to school there for a little bit. Then my sister kind of grew a little bit older, 18, 19, 20. So she had to go with better opportunities because Sierra Blanca is a very, very small town. And it was worthless. So we got out of there. She ended up saving, and she took me to Disneyland, Mountain, all those nice SeaWorld in one trip. No. Is El Paso in Texas? Yes. But hearing this about your sister hurts the soul. I know. And she took me everywhere, and she saved her money. She worked for iMasters because that was one of the places that my grandma worked at because she wasn't an optometrist, but my grandma was an optometrist. My sister just kind of worked around the cashier, and she learned a few things and just kind of helped adjust glasses. But I'll never forget her. She taught me how to swim. We went to the same Catholic school. Oh, Catholic. It wasn't Christian. It was a Catholic school. It was a Catholic private school. But her and her husband, before they got married, they gave me the nickname Passion Flower because we're part Indian. See, passion because you're so passionate about things, and flower because you're so pretty. They thought I was pretty at the time, but I will find her one day if she's still with us. If not, then that's another story. Hold on, let me turn on the light. And I have a half brother and a half sister in El Paso, Texas, but oof, that is so sad. I'm sure she is looking down on you and very happy. Don't say that, Scott. Let's hope that she's not up there. Let's hope that it could be because she, I didn't have the perfect mother, but my mother's a great person, but she made some bad decisions and stuff like that. And my sister maybe got PTSD real bad and just, I don't know. You guys, I'm at the 58 mark. Oh, said, I don't know. It's okay, Scott. No problem. Life is interesting. I try my best to do the best I can. I hope you find her, loves. I know, me too, Scott. Thank you so much. You guys, I'm at the 58 mark, almost to my 60-minute. All we make shit decisions, pedal. I love you, Liam. Thank you, Scott. You guys, I'm almost at my 60-minute. I can't find you on Facebook. That's because Misty Cruz. Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining. See you later. Bye.